Welcome back to Anno 1800. Now, before we start this episode, I would just like to say that I'm not really that happy with the last episode, but we are in the stage of the game now when things start to get rather complicated and where I have to pay attention to a lot of various things in terms of trade routes and so forth. And when I'm doing the episode style that I'm doing now, where I'm trying to show as much as possible of what I'm doing, as in contrast to how I did the some of the episodes earlier in the series, it means that, well, I kind of get confused by various things like the amount of things that I have to keep on top of at the same time tends to get a little bit overwhelming. And so what happened in the last episode was that I started to mumble, which is a very good indication that my brain is overloaded by what I'm doing. Now, I have been doing a couple of things in between episodes. First of all, I have replaced all of the town halls in the city center with the more elaborate city hall. That is, of course, a mod like the municipal buildings. I think it's the same mod, I don't remember, but I like this to have this in the more elaborate parts of the city, where we can have the town hall in the artisans and below quarters. The other thing that I have done is that I have changed up the harbor area a little bit over here. Not that much, but I added some more roads here and 2 piers. And of course, a fire broke out. And I also changed out our 2 Imperial merchant ships with extravaganza steamers. Now, where is this fire going on then?
Take my cloak. It will smother
Yeah,
the
I
flames.
don't have any fire station down here. Okay, I guess I'm just going to have to do that. And put a fire station here. I'm not sure if it's going to be ready to deal with the fire until the firemen are actually trained. But we can always hope. Let's go back to the old world. So we have this little niche that I can park the extravaganza steamer inside. I'm quite happy with how that turned out. And I also moved the items over, of course. So that's part of what I've done. Other things that I have done is that I have prepared the what we are planning to do in this episode, which is supply these final goods for our panorama intense skyscraper level 5s. I've also cleared a couple of spaces for that, and I've moved a couple of the houses around, so we are prepared for that. But first of all, I've done a couple of things down on Pumu Industry, so let's begin with a little time lapse of what I've done down there. Okay, so basically what you guys saw was me redoing this area here. I noticed that our steel production was running very low. Now it should be running, well, most of these should be running with a full output storage. In the docklands, I have set up these 4 purchase orders. The elevators are really quite overpowered when it comes to import routes. Another thing that I was thinking about, which won't happen now, but it probably will happen eventually, is getting rid of all of the pig industry and all of the sheep industry, or rather the pig farms, the sheep farms, and importing the wool and the pigs through docklands, because I can always just put up another one of these assembly lines for elevators, and then we can, well, if we run low on elevators. Now, another thing that I've done is, you may notice that this area here is quite different. I have set up a trade union here with Francois Thorne, so that we get additional wood veneers from these brick factories. And of course the general foreman, and also Mickleton's hydraulic compacting press. I have consciously left Ferrous Al-Sarami out of this, because this is affecting so many of these buildings that I don't want these buildings to be affected by another Ferrous Al-Sarami. However, we are producing, thanks to this, all of the construction materials here on Pumu Industries. We're producing timber, we're producing bricks, we are producing steel beams, quite a bit of them. We are producing windows, and we are also producing reinforced concrete. Now, we are still producing concrete, beams, bricks, and timber on the Throne of Wib, but maybe I should set up the windows there again. But the plan is to, we're also producing elevators there. The plan is to have a route that transports... Oh, good. To transport the stuff we need in the new world from Puma Industry down to Palatio Wib. So that would be steel beams, windows, and reinforced concrete. I'm not going to transport the elevators anywhere because we don't need those down there, unless, of course, we want to use them for the docklands, which I do intend to build. Maybe in this episode, maybe not. We'll see. I've also prepared this area here, and we're going to do something about that right away. So we're going to move this and put it down here. This is our billiard tables artisans workshop. And then we're going to have a look at the investors. So what we need to produce, as mentioned in the last episode, is violins, which will require lacquer, cherry wood, and steel. We have all these. I don't know if we have enough lacquer, but we'll see. As you may have noticed in the time-lapse, I left room for 2 more of the chemical plants so that I can produce more lacquer if needed. Of course, this will require ethanol, but we're getting around to that as well, because I have prepared that too. So first of all, let's place down one of these artisan workshops for violins. And I might enable the smaller UI mod again, because this is just taking up so much real estate on the screen. And I'm not really buying specialists currently, so I can just disable it when I'm buying specialists in between episodes. Anyhow, let's place that thing down. Now this will collect the stuff we need. Cherry wood I'm not really worried about, and steel I'm definitely absolutely not worried about, but I need to check our lacquer. Yeah, so we are producing enough, but if I add 1 more, we are going to have issues. The other thing that is a problem here is that we do need celluloid, and we also need ethanol. I'm not sure what we need ethanol for currently. Is it the lacquer? Yes, it is the lacquer. Now, I do believe I have a trade route that's sending ethanol up here. The easiest way to check that is just to search for ethanol. We have a trade route that takes ethanol from the throne over to Puma Industry. And on the throne, we should be producing ample ethanol. So yeah, we're producing 50 there, and on the industry island we are using 11, was it? So we're not exactly lacking for ethanol currently. The celluloid, however, that's a different story. I know that we're producing enough, or that we were producing enough. So we have this route taking 300 celluloid up to Puma Industry. But whether we are producing enough of it or not, that is a different story. So if we take and find Palatio Wib, and we go down here and we find, well, we are producing enough celluloid as is right now. However, we are not producing enough ethanol. Or are we? No, we are not. Which brings us to the, well, we have the violins now, so we can probably add those to the trade route that transports billiard tape. No. I need a new one for this then. So that would be Old World 26. Let's just go up and find a ship. Take one from here. Old World 26, ship number 1. I don't think we're ever going to need another one on this, but it's nice to number it up the way that I usually do anyways. So we need to go to Puma Industry. We need to find violins. Wherever they are, I can see the toys. And then we can just take that to the Throne of Wib. Accept, and we should start to fulfill their need for violins. Now, I don't know if we're producing enough violins. We need to check that real quick. Oh, we're producing ample violins. Same with typewriters, biscuits for now. Chewing gum is fine. And we might need another steam carriage factory. But geez, that is making us a lot of money. So the next thing we will need then is toys. But before we go into the toys, we need to jump down to the new world. There are a couple of other things that I did. I did settle this island. This is the Ground Isle. For those of you who are not aware, that island is named after Groundbuster, one of my patrons. Thank you so much. And the character limits was kind of how do I implement his name here? And he suggested naming the island Ground Isle because it's perfectly natural. You come there and you find a new continent, a new island. Let's just call it Ground. Yes. So I just set up the usual little thing here with a trade union, with a Grigor, Ferrus, and a Quarryman. So these are producing clay for us. Now another thing that I also did was I went out at Pumu Mines and I used I don't remember what it's called, the major discovery for change deposit ore. I changed 2 of these, 1 iron and 1 coal, into cement or limestone. And that's being transported instead of the coal and the iron. So we're transporting that to Puma Industries so that we can actually supply our concrete factories. Yes, I believe that's what they're called. Now, in the new world, I have done preparations here for... this is the area where I want to have chemical plants. So there's 5 chemical plants up here that's ready to produce ethanol, and there's 6 chemical plants here that's ready to produce the celluloid. Now, as you may remember, in the last episode, I did put in a double redundancy and a Salvador the Stalwart into this trade union here that covers the chemical plants we have down here.
A glass of juice to moisten your throat?
Apparently this laboratory is also being affected by it, but I don't think that's necessary, so... But we're going to take those out. And we're going to put them in here instead. Double redundancy and Salvador the Stalwart. Now, I did put down 3 chemical plants of ethanol in between episodes just to test things. So we're going to tear down 3 of these blueprints, and we're going to move these up here. Like so. And then we have 4 chemical plants doing celluloid. Let's move those up as well. I think I want them to be... No, actually I do want them to be that way because the backside of that building doesn't look all that attractive to look at. And then we need to take this one and bring that up. And finally this one and bring that up. And the final one is this one that is producing film reels. I think we can put that there. We are not going to need that many chemical plants doing film reels, but I do believe we are going to need 1 more. Yeah, I think we can put it that way. That should be the final chemical plant down here. So we should now have all of our chemical plants up there instead. Now this does put us in a very comfortable position on the celluloid, almost. But I believe I have a trade route carrying celluloid down to the Palazzo... No, not celluloid, I mean ethanol. Yes, I do have a route carrying ethanol down here as well. So, but we can get self-sufficient on that, because all the celluloid requires, or rather, I don't know why I keep saying celluloid, all the ethanol requires is wood and corn, and those we are producing ample amounts of. So what I can do is just build 1 more of the chemical plants for ethanol, and we will be self-sufficient and won't need that trade route. But for the time being, I do believe we can just keep it the way it is, and we'll get back to that later. Now, let's just go through all of our, because I haven't done that in a long time. Let's go through everything. So we are producing enough of all of the items here. The cheese we are importing through Docklands on Throne of Viv. Canned goods, that's, or canned food, that is barely enough. The same with sewing machines. I don't like to have these too close to one another. I prefer to have the production higher than the use by a fair amount. I mean, this is overkill. Same with bread. But I'd rather have something like... we need to produce more penny farthings as well. I'd rather have like say for instance with the typewriters, I have 5 tons of buffer. And the same with the biscuits, I have a buffer of 4 tons. I like to have the blue line at about 2/3 of the green line, because that gives me a buffer, and that means that our population remains stable rather than having to deal with our population suddenly dropping, which is something that I try to avoid at all costs. I'm just going through the list here, checking that everything is being produced. This, for instance, this is a good ratio for the blue to the green line. This one I'm very happy with. Yep, we are producing everything we need, with the exception of canned food, sewing machines, rum. These are artisan goods. And also the penny farthings. The penny farthings, I think we can pop up and fix that rather quickly, because I don't think that requires much. All I need to do is just put down another bicycle factory. The same with sewing machines. They take wood and iron, and these take iron and caoutchouc. I've already moved this from over there to over here so that I have room for more of these. So basically what we'll do is just copy that and put down there. And we'll copy this and put that there. And I think maybe... I don't really... I think we'll do there. Because that'll enable us to have the road. Because these will move off the island eventually, but not yet. Now that should put us... Yeah, that really helped on penny farthings. As for the sewing machines, that's good too. We don't get enough rum on this island. I don't think I have any trade routes taking rum up to the old world. No, I'm selling it to the AI, which means that we are eventually going to run out of rum here. And yet it is greatly increasing. That's somewhat surprising. Ow. I mean, I know we're producing additional rum from Sir Lewis Brindley. And that affects the rum distilleries, and it also affects... No, it does only affect the schnapps distilleries. Did I say rum distillery? I meant schnapps distillery. It doesn't affect the beer. However, the Get Rich Quick Volume 4 does affect the beer. So we do get ethanol from our breweries as well. But beer we are usually full up on. I should probably start selling that to the AI, to be honest. Now... Schnapps is definitely not an issue. We are overproducing that in quantities that are ridiculous. But I'm selling it to Anne Harlow to maintain the rum and the ethanol production here. I'm just thinking now, what would be... I don't think I want to... We're not getting enough rum here. The easiest way to deal with that for now would be to add a couple more schnapps distilleries. Which of course involves more explosions. But we're used to those, aren't we? If I add 2 more schnapps distilleries, not that way, that way. That should put us up to the correct amount of rum. Almost. I need a third one. I can put one there and one there. I'm not going to bother decorating here now. That should put us well above. Not well above, but at least somewhat above. There's not much more space for rum distilleries. I mean, I could move some of these and get more rum distilleries. Oh, schnapps distilleries. Geesh. In that way, but what I'd really like to do is move the entire schnapps distillery industry off of the Throne of Wiv and have it on some other island. However, to do that, I would need that to be on an island where I either transport... that would be under intermediate, where I either transport the... No, it's actually under raw material. No, it should be under intermediate. Or is it a construction? It is a construction material. The advanced weapons. I would need to transport that out to that island and set up the docklands so that I can import the potatoes. Of course, I am producing a lot of potatoes here, which means I don't need to import the potatoes. How about... Let's just have a look around at the islands now. I don't want to use this island. There is ample fire and explosion risk on this island as is. This one is too small, which is a bit of a shame, because this island would actually be quite nice for it. If it didn't have the river, this one would have been the perfect island for it, but... let's have a look.
Pull up your braces and thrust into the unknown.
I know.
Ideally, one should keep one's promises.
Yes. No comment, Archibald. No comment. Did I leave any ships up here? No. I feel this is too far away. I think I would want... The thing is, if I put this here, there's a lot of wasted space. No. Lallybroch. Lallybroch would be perfect, actually. Yeah, let's use Lallybroch. Okay, that means we need to fill up a ship with timber. We need to fill up a ship with bricks. We need to fill up a ship with steel. And we need a ship with 400 windows and 200 reinforced concrete, and we'll send that to Lallybroch. This island definitely would benefit from having docklands for the loading speeds, so I'm going to send up more ships. And I also built a Great Eastern just because, you know, that was something I forgot to mention. I did complete the quest for the docklands so that we got the deep blue ship blueprints that allows us to construct the world-class reefer. Now, the mods I have do not affect the world-class reefer, so it only has one item slot. I could adjust the mod myself and add in, say, 4 item slots so that it has the same as a cargo ship. But the main reason for using the reefer is the open sea travel speed at 200%. It travels across sessions twice as fast. But really, I don't think we need that. As for the Great Eastern, it's interesting for its 8 and 6 slots. But it is a bit insane. It says 8.3 though. Here. That's interesting. It says 8.3, but it has 8.6. Let me just build a world-class reefer and see what it actually does. I mean, there's a lot of influence. It's 6, and it's 10 for the Great Eastern. This even has skins. Not that the skins really do much, but yeah, because I need more ships soon. This is not enough. Let's fill them up. The one thing I know we are not going to need quite that much of is concrete. So on this final ship we can 3 concrete. Do that. Yeah, we need to put up window industry on this island again because I'm actually running out of windows. Okay, so we have this one here, and that means we have a capacity of 500. So we can offload 500 of each of the materials. All of these, actually. And then I think I'm just going to go right ahead and build docklands here. I don't need anything very creative in regards to the docklands. First of all, what we'll do is relocate this to there, and then we'll put down the docklands. I'm thinking, yeah, I'll just put it there for now. Now that gives us additional space, so we can drop off the final materials, and we can send these 4 back to Throne of Viv, because I know we're going to need more materials. Before I do anything there though, let's just quickly have a look at our production of intermediate products. In regards to glass, we have ample glass, so we'll just temporarily smack down a few window makers. 1, 2, 3, 4. So that we just get more windows. I should probably use the there is something that affects the window makers. I don't know. No, not you. I don't know if I have that item here. Can I search window makers? Yes, I can. The glass maker, that's the guy I was looking for. Yeah, put him in. That way we're not using the glass, we're actually just using quartz sand. Much better. And let's go back to Lallybroch. I'm going to move those away for a little bit. And then we're going to do the usual thing here. These do require... So we're just going to do export office, export office, export office, export office. I think we'll just take another one. Then we need loading wharf. Like that. And then pier. 2, 3.
This city is a magnet for genius.
Another Pope. We have a few of those now. We also need repair cranes. And we are almost running out of materials. Move you away.
Cargo stations.
We're not close enough. Like so, and then depots. So here's the thing. It is very close to this. I am allowed to build this that way. But I'm going to move it 1, 2, 3. And then we can go down to here. And I want to have...
That's the going price for contraband.
I don't need that many export offices. Yeah, we are running into a problem here because there is no more space over at this side. So I can't really make that many of them here. Oh well, we'll find a solution. I'll just take 2 more export offices. Gives me a nice row of them. And then we do want to have loading wharfs. 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. How many more can we build? There's 8. Loading wharf. Loading wharf 6. Okay. Could do that, but I can't do that there. So that doesn't really help. Okay, you know what? I'm going to do this a little bit more creatively than the other ones. Three. Because this way we can do... This one we don't need, so we can tear that down. And I would like to intersperse these loading wharfs with depots, but I want to build as many of them as I can. There we go. That's all of them. Let's drop off the final goods. You're too far away.
Cargo boat at the ready.
Like that. We need more windows and we need more steel. Let's go up here.
New orders.
Windows are dangerously low. Let's take that and we'll fill up one with steel. And we'll take some bricks as well. But these 3 we can send up to Ladybroch.
Fleet on the move.
You're empty. You're empty. You're empty.
Aye.
These 4, I'll send them to Pumu Industries to pick up glass. Or windows. And...
Ollie are reporting in.
okay, so... depot. We can put another one and another one. Now I'm out of steel, so we'll have to wait. While we're waiting though, we can start to intersperse these chimney buildings in a bit different locations. No, I actually want to have that one there. So this one will move up, change with that one, move that one up, and we'll change that one, and we'll put the buildings in like that. You move there, and you move there, and then finally this one changes with you, so we get some kind of dispersion here.
Cargo boat at the ready.
Drop off the steel, drop off the bricks, drop off the timber, and drop off the windows last, and we can send these back to Throne of Withe. Now I want to do the same thing with the depots on this side. Or do I actually want to have this at all? That's a good question. What I was thinking was having a pier out here. You could put that there with a repair crane. That way we can never ever move more than one thing in the docklands at once, unless you're prepared for what just happened to be there. so, and we can tear these two down. Now this one has to change to an actual corner. I would like a couple more depots. Say 4 depots up here. And let's do the interspersion again. Like so. I don't think we need much more in regards to this docklands, because this gives us... I would like this to be a repair crane, but I'm also fine with it not being a repair crane. Now we can move the docklands down here. That's a little bit close to the... Don't crash game, thank you. So I do want to have... I'll make this prettier later on, but for now, let's just put down the key. As for this, well, it's really struggling with this. Do that. 2 and 1. I'm guessing we're going to do that. Obviously there won't be any keys on this side because of the front thingies on the docklands there, but we can build a small key here. We could also do something out there, like for instance I could place down a final pier. Like that, and if we do Control Shift V, I mean. Yeah, no, it's not going to look very good. I think I'm actually going to remove that one. Okay, so that's an interesting U-shaped docklands. Now, what I'm going to build out here, obviously, is the schnapps industry. So let's just put down a trade union. There is a... Taka did a stamp thing, or a blueprint, where you can get the maximum amount of schnapps distilleries into one trade union. However, that's let's just say it has explosive tendencies, shall we, and leave it at that. I probably should do these as blueprints. Whereas these, well, I'm gonna put those down as blueprints as well. So...
Ship constructed.
to do like that, and then we can put down a warehouse there. And a warehouse there. Now these are very close to one another, so I am still going to deal with explosions. Maybe if I put... Yeah, I don't really want to put a fire station there. I'm going to have to move this one over. I guess we'll get a park or something here. Now, a fire station here. I also think I want a fire station there and a fire station there. Yeah, I might be going overboard with the fire stations, but at the same time, I'm not going overboard with the fire stations. You know how often those schnapps distilleries blow up on the throne of Wiv, so you know that I'm doing this for a very good reason. The fire station here. This gives us room for a park or something. Yet another fire station here. Just guessing we can have a warehouse up here, and then should be fine if we just put down 2 more of them. Okay, we're up to... no, it doesn't tell us. But we have ample space left for both distilleries and fire stations and warehouses. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. I want 6 more, so that I have 30 of them. That's 2. 3. 4. Can I put a fire station here? Yes, I can. 5. Then a fire station here should serve us well. And then finally we can have one there. Now all of these are covered well, so this is going to be a bit of a boring area, to be honest. I mean, I could have time-lapsed this, but as I've said a couple of times before, I don't want to time-lapse everything I'm doing, even though it might be a bit repetitive, some of the things that I'm doing, like this. Probably was the most interesting thing I've done in the series, but at the same time, it's good to have some variety, I hope. No, do that, and then that. I mean, this one could put another distillery in there at great risk of explosive consequences. I think that's all of them covered by roads. Maybe do this. We could do the same up here. If I do that, and then, well, I also need a road there. And I remove this road and this road. I remove that road as well. Just make it a little bit more interesting. I mean, we don't need roads everywhere in between all of them. We can have some trees in between some of them. There we go. Now, let's build the fire stations. Because they're going to spend some time training up the daring fireworkers or daring firemen. Okay, so what do we need in terms of specialists? We do need Sir Lewis Brindley, we need Ferraz Al-Sarami, and we do need Get Rich Quick, Volume 4. And on this island, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6... well, I have 26. That was easier, wasn't it? So, trade union items. Schnapps distillery. So Lewis Brindley, Ferraz Al-Sarami, Get Rich Quick Volume 4. Now we could put something else in there as well. Like, say, for instance, Fizzgig's Fabulous Fireproofing Failsafe. That Sounds like a great idea to me.
Room to maneuver.
Send this ship down. And of course, we are going to need a route for potatoes. Do we have any potato routes currently? Potato, potato. We do. We are sending... Why are we sending... Well, I guess we do have some schnapps distilleries on that island, but really, I should just take down the entire schnapps industry on this island, and I should also take down the schnapps industry on... That would also free up the farms, because we can remove those. So that's Route 19. I'm just going to change that and send it up to Lallybroch instead. Oop, gone. And then for the schnapps, this is where we run into a minor challenge. And that challenge being, I need to sell the schnapps to the pirate to retain the ethanol production and the rum production. And at the same time, I also need to make sure that I have enough schnapps to cover both Wally Farms and the Throne of Wiv. Now, Throne of Wiv doesn't really use all that much schnapps, so that's not a big problem. Wally Farms, on the other hand, does use a bit of schnapps. I think the solution to that is to just retain the trade route going from this island that sells the schnapps to Anne Harlow, while also having a trade route going to Wally Farms with schnapps from this island. So if I have 2 ships, or I could actually just do 1 ship here, but maybe I need 2 ships on the route. Oh, yeah, I need Investors Palace. I need a local department on this island. Can I build that as is? I can. That looks like a good location for it. Okay, so I do want to have a bit of a... I think we can go down from there. Like that. We need to set this to Department of Labor and then add the Union Subsidies Act, so we get another trade union slot. And in here we put Lewis Brindley, Get Rich Quick, Perez Alzarami, and Fiskix. Now we need to wait for the... Yeah, it's already here. Good. Let's do this. And then upgrade, shift, boom. Now, we may lack tiny bit of workforce here. Let's build a public mooring. No, not a public mooring. What I'm looking for is a commuter pier. Apparently that's the closest space I can put it in. That helps. Now we do need farmers now.
We need something first.
D5. Workforce needed plus 20%. Fire chance none. Would you believe that? Well, they're not running, so that might be a part of the reason why the fire chance is none. So, did the potatoes come in? Yes, they did. And they filled up fairly quickly on those potatoes. How much potatoes are we using on this island now? 162 tons per minute. Well then. We're fine for now, but that's going to be interesting. Yeah, we need to upgrade these to the maximum level. And for that we need more bricks.
New orders.
I emptied those out, so we can go back here. Okay, we need bricks, and the other thing we needed was, let's take glass and steel, and then I'll actually fill up another ship with timber and send these up to Lallybroch.
Fleet en route.
Now, while I like the name of Lallybroch, some of you might recognize it, I'm going to rename the island now to Rune Sun. Can I? I doubt that it will be enough. That works. Rune Sun Dist.
The people celebrate your leadership.
Now, I know we haven't done any major advancements in regards to our skyscrapers, as I mentioned we would be doing in this episode, but all of this is preparatory work, shall we say. I do believe that I do have enough celluloid being produced now. Why did I close it again? Celluloid. Celluloid, all islands. I'm producing 37 tons per minute. When it comes to celluloid on our trade routes, we are transporting 300. I'm just going to go away. Just going to max this out. Cancel, accept, go away, go away. The final thing that I wanted to produce while we're waiting for the stuff down there to start working is the, not violins, but the toys. Of course, they are under investors. So toys require celluloid, lacquer, and felt. Do we have enough felt? All islands. Felt. We're producing 25 tons per minute, using 15, and I'm fairly certain I do not transport any felt up here. And I was fairly wrong. Let's just max that out as well. Let's jump back down to the new world, and this is cotton. I don't want cotton, I want felt. This trade union, does it affect the felt? I don't think it does. Oh, it does, it has Ferrous Cerami. Felt requires alpaca wool. Do we have enough alpaca wool? Yeah, we're nearing our limitation on that. So I think we will do... where is my... There we go. Do this. And this. That should give us a decent amount. Do that. Puts us up to 72. They haven't received the corn yet for their silos, so it will be even higher, which is excellent. 1, 2, 3, 4. And have a road going like that. So that should put us up at 45 tons. Good. Can go back to here, and then let's put down an artisan workshop for toys. This area I want to reserve for parks. Now, I'm fairly sure this puts us at a problematic situation with lacquer. Lacquer requires those. We are producing ample of that, so it means we can put down 2 more of these factories. Fire chance here is insane. Do this. And this. And... No. That's a shame. I do want to have another one of those, but I don't like having 2 fire stations like that in there. What I can do is put the fire station... Put it there. We can build a road around and a road down there. We do have some ornamental capacity behind there. We are also very much nearing the end of the episode. I just want to see that everything is working as intended. So we do have the toys, they are being produced. Our violins are being produced and our billiard tables are being produced. As for the goods we need, we have lacquer in good quantity. We have celluloid. We also have ethanol on this island. We have ample amount of felt. If we go back to the new world, let's have a look at the same goods here. Ample celluloid, ample felt, ample ethanol. And that's really all we need down here. So that's good. I'm guessing the final things we can do is go into our trade routes. Remove.
In one of your factories.
First thing that happens, we have barely been started.
A fire broke out.
Grumble, mumble, grumble, grumble. Hurry up. Put it out.
The fire has been vanquished.
Guessing it's low. For crying out loud.
A scattering of blossom.
Mm-hmm. Thank you, Ching. Much appreciated. Okay, so I wanted to upgrade these 2 as well. I swear I'm going to install the mod that disabled explosions because it's just really annoying with all of these explosions all the time. So this island is probably full up on... no, it's not yet full up, but we're producing, in regards of schnapps, we're producing 162 tons and 54 tons of rum per minute. How much did we need on the Throne of Wiv? 68. Okay, I am going to have to import some rum from the New World, I believe. But we'll get around to that in the next episode. What I want to do here is to get the toys up. Let's just do gramophones, cognac, and then again toys. Unload, accept. And then we have to take a quick look here because they also require a drugstore.
We're in the presence of a virtuoso.
Yeah, he would be nice if he affected industries. So, drugstore. We do have electricity. So in the drugstore we can either produce toothpaste, or apparently we can also produce face cream. The toothpaste takes sugar and soap. The face cream takes whale oil, coconut oil, and citrus. That is a bizarre combination. Sugar and soap. We should be good on that. Are we producing soap on this island? No, not soap. I mean sugar. We're using 6. So clearly I do have a trade route coming in with sugar. Sugar. Yeah.
Welcome to the drugstore. We are happy to hear your complaints.
We're happy to hear your complaints, really. I should think you would not be happy to hear my complaints. Let's just speed things up, because I'd really like to have these fulfilled. Our engineers... Yep.
A heightened sense of productivity.
Oh, that's good.
Well, if people aren't all smiles. A perfect advert. But something's off. I know the mouth breathers are buying, but the numbers don't add.
So if you can just get the toys.
What can I say? I'm the giving type.
Thank you, Jean. Because now we have all of the engineer needs satisfied. To get the population up to the maximum, we're going to have to fulfill all of their lifestyle needs, and I'm not sure I'm going to bother. And now we have toys. So we have over 150,000 population. I think we had that at the beginning of the episode, but at least we have more than 150,000 populations. That's a new milestone. We produce all the stuff that our investors in the skyscrapers require. Our production chains seem to be going fairly well. What's necessary is now to get rid of the schnapps, and we also need to produce more rum. I'll probably deal with that in between episodes, and we can have a look at that in the next episode, because it's... wow, the amount of ships going around here. It's just a lot of stuff to deal with. There's a lot of ships going between the industry island and our main island. I'm glad that our piers have high loading speeds, otherwise this would be quite the catastrophe. So yeah, let's wrap things up here. I hope that this episode was a bit better than the previous one, and I hope that you will take the little time to leave a comment below, either if you have any questions or comments to the video, or maybe just oh,
I don't like to point the finger, but sounds like Miss Jenny's spritzing our budget on personal endeavors. I think you're more discreet than me. Think you can check?
Not yet.
These are changing times, partner. Industrial secrets are worth their weight. And I'm not about to chip away at my worth.
Indeed. You done now? Thank you. So as I was saying, would very much appreciate if you just leave an emoji or a funny comment or something down in the comments, and if you liked the video, then of course clicking the like button would also be very much appreciated. And I rarely mention it, but it should be mentioned, if you are not subscribed and you like the content, then please consider clicking the subscribe button as well. For now, thank you all so very much for joining me, and I hope to see you all in the next episode.